Morning everybody, happy Halloween from New York City. What am I gonna be? Superman. I know it's lame, but because all I got is the shirt. So I went to the store and the girl says, do you want this tight fitting? I was like, watch this. And sure enough, it fits it. So since we're talking about size, we're gonna talk about downsizing. What I mean by this? Well, recently, one of the guys I follow, actually two guys, Ben Pakulski and Mark Lobliner, lost a significant amount of muscle mass. So you're looking at Ben Pakulski here, he's probably like 280, and over there it's like, I don't know, 220, give or take, right? Lobliner, I don't know how much he lost, but he's smaller. And that made me think, right? So if you are the guy on the left, you walk around at 280, jacked, right? How does that feel? And you go from that to that, which is still pretty big, but you're not the alpha dog anymore, right? So how do you do that? What's the thought process, and how do you translate that lifestyle into like longevity? So both of these guys have families, they have successful businesses. I do not know if there were any health concerns that made them drop the weight, but being overweight is overweight. So whether you're fat or you have a lot of muscle, it's simply unhealthy. So that is one thing. But I'm thinking about to reverse engineer it. So when I was swimming, I was somebody, quote unquote, right? And then I started working and I was a nobody. So how do you deal with that? Well, the first thing you gotta understand is that muscle mass, just as money, will not make you happy. So in my gym in Astoria, and I'm pretty sure like you have this at your place, there's some stereotypes, right? There's the local roid head, who of course is dating a figure girl with the fake everything, right? So they come in, she carries his gallon of water, which in this weather is not necessary because nobody sweats that much. And then they do, beast mode, of course, Monday chest, right? And her chest is huge also. But that's the other. So I'm like, okay, what does this do? You are an obscure roidhead in Astoria, Queens, New York City that nobody has ever heard of, right? Why are you taking those risks? Then I have a girl in my place where she was successful, she competed quite well. I think she won a pro card, whatever. But now when she comes to the gym and work out, every little movement is choreographed. Like she always wears her AFPA belt, comes in, hits a pose between sets. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this must be exhausting, right? And people chase happiness by saying, oh, if I weigh 240 ripped, if I weigh 245, if I win this show, if I win that show. No, stop, right? It's not gonna make you happy, just like $1 million would not make you happy. So you have to understand the guys that look good successfully for a long time, there's a couple common traits that I found. One, you just can't be too huge. Look at Jay Cutler, even he downsized, right? If you're always at peak weight, it's unhealthy. Secondly, you obviously gotta pay attention in terms of what you do with the supplements. But most importantly, what you need is a different view of life, right? So for me, that came with having kids, that sort of thing, when I became basically less selfish, and it was less about me and more about other people, like little people that you have to raise. So I urge you you don't have to have kids right away, but read a book, go to a museum, have friends who are not bodybuilders. I mean, I could think of nothing worse than sitting with my spouse and meal prep and talk about dieting. I mean, that's a nightmare, right? So I always think of my daughter, there's the candy store over here, it's insanely overpriced, but it's a lot of fun. So I took her for her birthday to get some stuff, and she walked in and she was like, Papi, they have candy on the stairs. And she was so pumped, So if you can conserve that enthusiasm for the weight room, then you're off to the races in terms of you can do this for a long time and look great, But you need to understand that whether you are using another 500 milligrams of X or you're putting another 2 pounds or whatever, it's not gonna change your life, You're not gonna make any money, okay? Even Mr. Olympia doesn't make a lot of money. Like, you can make some money bodybuilding, but it's really not worth the health risks. So, like I said, read a book. Even, may I dare to say, venture away from my YouTube channel and go to, I don't know, the History Channel or whatever. Do something else, Have friends who don't know what you're benching, And like today being Halloween, have a Snickers, for the love of God. You'll be okay? You'll be just fine. In the grand scheme of things, you want to do this for the next 30 years, that one Snickers today or that one missed workout is not gonna be do or die beast mode, bro. And with that, if you need help, contact me. If you need more help, contact a therapist. And Mike out, happy Halloween.